All right, family, what's good? If it's Wednesday, y'all know what it is. It's soul food. It's 8:02. Justice delayed but not denied. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I just saw something on my screen. Let's go around the horn. This is going to be an epic night tonight. He is in the building, but before we go there, let me say good evening to my little brother, Beard Jedi. What's good, family?
Yo, what's good? It's your man, Beard Jedi, a.k.a. the Black Alex B. Keaton, a.k.a. the Boss Kick Rocks, a.k.a. Kick Flair, woo, a.k.a. Jack Swagless, a.k.a. how you doing? What's good, people?
Bruh, you got that camera looking on 100 today. What did you do? Did you clean off the lens?
Well, son, what I'm saying, son, is that you got to eat beet juice, son. You got to eat broccoli, son. That's it, son. No sodas. Alkaline water, son. No sugar, son. This is it.
You must be, you sound like you're coming by way of Brooklyn, son.
That's what I do, son. Melanin on fleek, son.
My man, and look, let me pass it on. I'm blown right. I'm just blown away right now. I don't know what to say. Let me pass it off to my little brother, Sneak Mill, aka the man Dabs for the Shoe family. What is good? What is going on?
Well, first off, you know what I'm saying, I've had to do something different, something I haven't done in a long time, and that's actually, you know what I'm saying, wash in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? I used aftershave today. You know, that's something I did differently. I did a lot of things differently. I ate a green vegetable for the first time in about 2 years. I'm not lying, because my diet usually consists of, you know, greasy junk foods and things of that sort. So I did things differently today because something special was happening. So a lot of things happening differently today. One thing I want to say, though, and this is a little bit off topic, I got to show some real soul food love to somebody that's put out literally a super dope video showing their sneaker collection, and that's the V's Kicks. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but if you haven't, I'm not going to talk anymore about myself or what we got going on, because it's evident that we got something huge happening tonight. But check out V's Kicks sneaker collection video that just came out roughly about 2 hours ago. Really artistic and different way of showing the collection. It was super dope, so I just wanted to put that out there, and I'm ready to get started.
Man, are you auditioning for ESPN tonight? Is that
you about to leave us?
You got the Michael Smith joint on lock today. Where's Jamel? Where's Jamel?
Hey, somebody got a call.
I had a second pick for a tie, and I actually went to the Goodwill before we got started. But I was like, man, I threw all my ties away. I was like, man, I need a tie, so I went to the Goodwill. I couldn't find anything good, so I had to use my son's bow tie. So
no, man, you look good. Matter of fact, if you had a bean pie, you'd be about ready. You could be on South Street in Chicago on point, bro.
Man, you're gonna have fun with this one for sure. You're gonna have fun with this one.
Shout out to a man Illa Ills in the Windy City. But people, let me just say it. Wait, a moment of silence. If I had a drum roll, I would make a drum roll. This is an epic soul food moment. Yeah, there you go, drum roll. Y'all put your hands together and show some love for the man, the legend, joining us this evening, Jumpman Bostic. What is good?
What's up, fellas? I appreciate you having me. Just another sneaker lover like you guys.
Not, you know what? You are a sneaker lover, but you got 1,009 reasons why you are the king.
Thank you. Been a long time.
Man,
blood, sweat, and tears.
And you coming live from the new basement of the Jays. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. The new basement of the Jays. We'll call the basement of the Jays 2.
Oh, 2.0.
Yeah, 2.0.
Very nice, very nice. Well, you know, Soul Food Sneaker Talk is a sneaker talk in a dinner menu. We start off with the appetizer, just kind of getting into what we're gonna do. Then we move into the main course. Actually, this whole evening is really probably main course. Wouldn't you agree, fellas?
Sure.
Yeah, this is the soup of the day is soup de Jumpman.
All right.
Yes, and then we're going to move into the main course, and since we're going that way, I'm sure that the main course is something like a fine Detroit strip, sauteed with some onions and mushroom Bostic style. I'm gonna make that one up. And after we go through the main course, we are going to get to some dessert, and it would be Jumpman souffle.
Jumpman souffle. All right.
And after we get to the dessert, unfortunately, we do have to pay the bill. But if you got 1,009 J's, I know you're not sitting on empty pockets. So we know good Jumpman is good for the bill tonight.
Out for the bill. Out for the bill.
And then after that, we are going to jump off into the chat because we have to have our after dinner conversation. So that's it. Y'all know how we do. We appreciate all. Who's the team early off in the chat tonight, Beard?
It's popping tonight. You know, of course, V's Kicks, as previously mentioned, is in there. Jamie White, G4 Vision, TJ Gladdo, the Kang is in here. Yeah. G4 Vision, man, coming up. We got Don Turner in the building. We got Blair Walker. That is a new name, I believe. So welcome to the dinner menu. You will get the bill next time. Absolutely. We have Warrior Blood in the building. Cadillac Jax is here per usual. KJ Mark 8773. KJ is what we're gonna call you today. How you doing, brother? Jermaine Manning's in the building. Team Early's lit. I think it's that free stuff we mentioned. I think that might be what it is. Michael Ogden is in the building. Absolute Styles is in the building. BJ Duncan's in the building. Man, I ain't reading out no more names. It's too many of y'all. It's too many people.
Man,
that's love. That's love.
That's a lot of love. Yeah, Team Early is like on 35 and swelling.
Gratuity is gonna be serious tonight.
Yeah. That tip gonna be fat. I hope you brought the fat wallet, Jumpman, not the skinny one.
I did what I did. I brought the money clip, man. We got Timber staying in the building too.
That is what's up. Also, before I forget, I want to shout out a member of a Soul Food family that is probably not watching us live right now because he is expecting a little baby soul food this evening, and that's the dude Crease Kicks from Dubai that normally jumps on, but I chatted with him just a little bit earlier today, and he mentioned that he probably would not be able to join us live because Mama Crease was supposed to be, he said, bringing his greatest cop. So we're just wishing them all the best, and hopefully maybe sometime during the show we'll get a message that Baby Soul Food has actually arrived on Soul Food Wednesday, and that would just be dope. We had to name him Sneak Mill P. Keaton, some crazy soul food name. But let's jump into this appetizer. One of the things that we normally do during the appetizer is to talk about pickups. So since we do have a guest of honor, Jumpman, did you have any pickups this week, or was it a quiet week for you?
Yeah, I had a few. I picked up the black and red AJKOs from a sister soul member down in Miami. I'm Simply B. She picked them up at Ross Dress for Less. And a quick story on that. People were saying that they were fake and Ross Dress for Less doesn't sell Jordans and stuff like that. So I scooped them up from her. And then I got the University Blue, AKA Carolina Blue 11 Lows.
While you're there, what's your thought about why those? I mean, that's like an OG colorway. I think I watched your video. You mentioned that they hadn't been out for like 16 years and a day.
16 years and a day.
And I was in the mall with my daughter today, a couple malls, and you walk in any Finish Line, Foot Locker, whatever you want to name it, and they're still readily available.
Mass produced, unlike 2001, 175. People were turned off by that. Then a lot of people always go back to this old thing, the quality of the materials. We already know what it is. Either you're gonna buy them or you're not, and people are just letting them sit now. They're also on this Adidas wave where people are getting rid of their Nikes for Adidas.
Right.
So those three things, and I guess with the frequency of releases every week, every other week, people are just like tapped out.
You got Dabs, you have any other opinion about that? I know you were 0 on those. Are 11 lows not in love for you anymore?
I just think that Jordan Brand's just releasing too much, and to me, it kind of makes me sick of, continually buying the same silhouette over and over again, whether it's the ones, whether it's the 11 lows. Last year they came out with 2. Now this year they're coming out with another 2. I just think they need a little bit more space in between what they're dropping to kind of build the love and anticipation for these particular silhouettes. Just my opinion anyway.
Right. What about you, Beard?
I just sold a pair of my 11 lows this week. The 11 purge is happening, I guess. I got to put a video up. But I think that they're swinging a lot. Like Dab said, they're putting out a lot of stuff. I don't think that there's a lot of good stuff coming out. Like, granted, we've got it was 14 years ago this was last released or something crazy, and I get it, but that's not always the ooh. You know what I mean? Just because it hasn't been around doesn't mean that that's what people want. Y'all tried that with the True Blue 3s. So I don't know. I'm kind of over it. I'm definitely over 11 lows. So yeah, I'm not interested in those.
Jared, just imagine if, say 11 didn't drop last year, and this is the first, 11 lows to, you had 2 11 lows last year. We had the 11, the Space Jam, and then the year before we had the 72 and 10. But just imagine if those prior, let's say the Space Jams and those 2 11 lows didn't drop. Do you think that would have built up the anticipation towards finally an 11 coming out and you copping, or what do you think about that?
No,
or I don't think just not the colorway for you.
Yeah, it's just not the colorway for me. I mean, I got those UNCs back there, them UNC ones, and because that's not the same blue as the other baby blue that they use, it's a hard shoe to match. And the 11 low to me is like, you don't need to. I don't know that anybody has 2 of these. Like, if you got these lows, you're not going to get the Pantones and vice versa. I don't think. You know what I mean? So for me,
that's probably one person on the line that has.
Well, I mean, so let's be clear. Current company excluded.
I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, I'm sure, and I'm sure that he's got special shirts to match as well. Probably UNC jersey with the UNC Under Armour shirt and the UNC bow tie.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Hey, Jumpman, and I also noticed on your while we're talking about these, that I noticed on your video that you have pointed out that the current 11 that dropped is a university blue, and the OG one is a Carolina blue, and they're not exactly the same, are they?
No, they're a different shade. The university blue is more Carolina-ish.
Okay.
Than the OG, yeah.
Do you have a preference between the two?
I like them both, but I like the OG because of the bottom is what eliminated or it turned yellow. I like the fact that the older shoes have that natural oxidation to them. What I like about the current one is I like the brighter patent leather color, but it's definitely a cheaper patent leather than it is on the OG.
Cool. Beard, any pickups for you this week?
This week was light, man. I thought I had a pickup. It was my first time trying to buy from Chic Shoes. I'm definitely giving that shout out because they're shade. I got the bat signal that Chic Shoes was restocking the Dunk from Above. So I went ahead and shot my shot. I got the email confirmation, your order's done. I got the PayPal confirmation, your order's done. I didn't get the shipping confirmation, which means So I called them after about 2 days. They said your order's processing. I was like, well, how the hell is it processing? Because I went for the 13, y'all didn't have it. I went for the 12, and you carded me. So I thought I was good. Got the notification today that they did not go through.
Wow.
So that was the only cop that I thought I was going to have. So I got no cops this week. But I got 2 coming for next week, so I'm good.
All right, and does that leave me? I don't want to skip you, Sneak Mill. Did I skip you?
You can go first or me.
No, go right ahead.
However you want to do. But I did have a lot of background sound. Are you guys getting that?
Let me see if I can figure out where that's coming from.
Good. Feds. Lines tapped, sir.
All right, whatever happened, it just went away. Everybody clear now?
Yeah, we just have to kind of try to keep. And I have no clue what that was.
Okay. Well, as far as my pickup, we'll get back into it. Just picked up something that was other than something that I've been copping a lot of lately. You know what I'm saying? Something that's they're bringing great quality on every time. Another pair of the Sauconys. Just released a video on this bad boy. These are Public Gardens. Got these on sale for $60. So they were half off the retail price of $120. So the quality that they're bringing with these bad boys with significant prices, to me, you can't go wrong. So I'm on this wave right now, real heavy.
I think we're gonna have to change another one of your AKAs is gonna be like King Saucony. And that's okay. I mean, you turn me on to definitely some gems in terms of what they have going on. Anything else? I see you grabbing more boxes.
Oh no more boxes. Just putting back the one that I had. Had a couple of pickups for my wife, but maybe we'll save that for next week.
Okay. So I had a couple pickups this week. One was these bad boys right here.
Oh, twinsies.
Yes, sir. I've been trying to find these things forever, and I was up in Baltimore. Shout out to my man Berto at 910 Condition, trying to show some love and go by his new shop. And all the way kind of that booth in the back in the corner of the dark, I saw these and they were my size. The only thing I'm disappointed about was it didn't have the cassette box. It came with the regular SB box, but somehow whoever brought them did have the the little I don't know what you call that, the little lace thing, which as I understood it only came with the set that was in the cassette box. But yeah, they were worn but in really, really good condition. Don't look like they had too much on them because really all I had to do was clean up the bottoms, and that was it. And then today I tried to resist. I kept trying to resist, and I'll blame it on my daughter. She pushed me over the edge, but
not bad for the audio. We're gonna go to MP3. Let the people know what you got there.
Yeah. So this is the I appreciate you reminding me that because sometimes I forget about the fact that this is going to be on a podcast. So this is the Up Tempo, the Chicago colorway that dropped. I think it was last week or maybe the week before that. And I hear that, and I'm not exactly sure where it's coming from. We're going to figure that out sooner or later. Of course, the other one was the Paid in Full Dunks, which just a dope. I'm not so much in love with the, like the fact that it's biting off of Gucci. I'm not really a Gucci person, but that red, black and green colorway, is just a really, really strong colors. And when I see that in a shoe, it automatically gravitates to me. These, shout out to Mike Rich, Ant Bed Stompers, I guess, a term that's floated around a lot. This was a shoe that I don't necessarily say that I care for, but it was just something about that colorway that really kind of spoke to me. And I probably really sound crazy because for the most part, I'll tell you that I don't like all red shoes. I mean, I have the Ferrari 14s and a few other, but like a completely red shoe sometimes is not the right move for me, but I liked them and I copped. So the only other thing that we had in for the appetizer this week, we tried to do something different with the Hump Day Heat, and instead of just having a Wednesday Heat, that our challenge amongst the Soul Food family was to unds 3 pairs of shoes that were not J's. And sometimes life allows you to do those things, and sometimes life does not allow you to do those things. So I think I was able to do 3 successfully. But what about you, Beard?
I did the 3. I got the 3.
And what about you, Sneak Mill?
No, I wasn't able to do that. One of the days I didn't leave out the house. I just went to the gym and pretty much came back to work. So I was unsuccessful.
So you wore those Sneak Mill special limited socks, right?
Hey, and not even socks that day. It was straight ragged toenail day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. He had on them Air Cribs.
Boy,
boy.
my carpet was mad that day, man. We needed a wood floor that day.
So what did you rock for your 3 days, Jedi?
So I rock these. These are the Saucony Jazz with the maroon or crimson toe, black suede. It's a nice shoe. But I was telling Dabs that usually with Saucony, I'm pretty good with the quality. I got these from City Blue, one of those $30 knockdowns. And these got glue marks and construction issues all over them. So these are now going to be beat up. These might be in the rotation for the gym shoe. But yeah, I wore these on Monday. Then Tuesday, we went to the AIs, son. The Blue Toes, the Allen Iversons. I wore these and stepped lightly. Look at this. There's one pebble. There's one pebble in these. The bottom isn't turned at all. I was walking so lightly with these on because they're really clean. And I wore these and quickly put them back in the box. They are back on ice. I probably won't see those again for another month.
If you can pull the pebble from my soul,
you know what I'm saying? And then today, I went for the home run. I swung for the fence today. I went ahead and rocked the Tayana Taylors.
Ooh, fire!
I wore these today. They're mad comfortable. I was definitely, as they say in one of the podcasts I watched, he was wearing lady shoes. I was wearing lady shoes today. These are a size 14 lady shoe. But I felt so clean wearing these today. The rest of my outfit wasn't shit, but this is what I had on today. So I got my 3 days in. 3 days of no J's.
Oh man, so I don't have all mine handy, but I'll go backwards. Today I wore the Saucony Bricks. Man, I really like this shoe on foot. Can't say enough. Really like that shoe. Yesterday it was another Saucony. I broke the ice on the Belgian waffles. And a guy stopped me in the finish line. We must have talked for 20 minutes. It's about the quality between the Saucony and why Jordan Brand can't give us, $110 shoe with that kind of quality materials. And on Monday, I wore an Adidas, just a really simple shoe. I think I got this shoe for like maybe $25. It was just a campus mesh, just something I had sitting around. It was intended just to be, run out type of thing, or sometimes I could wear to work if I was, wearing some black pants or something like that. So those were my 3 for the de-icing 3 times or whatever we want to call it. But with over 1,000 shoes, do you have any shoes that aren't dead stock, Jumpman?
I have one pair. I have 2 of. It's the Last Shot 14s.
Okay.
Everything else, I've worn. The last one that I came across that I hadn't worn was the Rising Sun 12s.
Okay.
And I took those out to Phoenix with me when I went out there for a sneaker event.
So do you consciously do you have like a specific rotation or something that you do to kind of go through, to make sure that you get your foot in your shoes?
Use a randomizer.
I get dressed first. That I found that to be the easiest way. Just put on some clothes, and then it's found it easier to look for my shoe instead of going to find a shoe and looking for clothes. So when I'm off of work, I tend to change shoes 4 or 5 times a day, which irritates my wife.
Wow, 4 or 5 times a day?
Because I want to wear them all. So
wow.
If we go somewhere and come home, I'll be like, hold on, baby, I gotta go change. So, but it was her idea to come up with the pictures on the boxes, because one day I really irritated her back at the old house and looking for a shoe, and I had to find this colorway of the shoe, and it took me a minute to find it. Then we went to the pictures on the boxes.
Ah, okay.
That makes it a lot easier.
So now you can just go and find what you want and find the picture, and you're good to go.
Yeah, because they're set up by numbers behind me are the ones, and then they go around the basement on the inner shelves, through 31, and then the outer shelves are the cases, the team shoes, the boots, the trainers, and all of that.
Okay.
So it's a little system that I have that helps me to locate them faster and know where they're positioned at.
Cool. Well, I think it's just about time for us to jump into that fine Detroit filet strip and head to the main course. And I just have a general question to start off, and then of course we're going to get into the questions that folks have left for you. But I mean,
okay.
And I know that there are also some topics, Jumpman, that you and I, when we talked before, that you mentioned that that you want to speak on, and we definitely want to cover that as well. And we kind of free flowing, man. So if we miss something and something that you want to go back to and mention, please by all means just jump in.
Definitely.
But I think that anybody who's been doing anything with sneakers for any amount of time should know who you are, but there are people that don't. So just a little bit, kind of that thumbnail history, how long you've been doing sneakers. I've already put the number out there. Are we still at 1,009?
1,009, yes, sir.
Okay. How many? Ooh, sir. Wow. Now, if you calling me sir, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I'm older than you. That's the police background. That's how I was taught. That's how my parents taught me. No matter what the person's age is, it's just a respect thing. My apologies.
I got you, man. I'm only messing with you. But just give us the history. So if it's somebody in there that just has not, maybe they just crawled out under the sneaker rock and they don't know, kind of your story, share a little bit of that with us.
Yeah, I'll give you the quick version. I've been at this for 32 plus years. I'm the same age as MJ. I'm 2 days older than him, though. So that's my claim to fame over him. I started collecting in 85, 86, my last year of college. We had an Adidas contract, so I had to wait till the season was over to wear my Jordan 1s, which are the Chicago's, which is #1 in my collection. I don't know what made me keep all of the stuff that I have, from the Wheaties boxes, Gatorade bottles, and all of that. It was just something that said this is going to be something one day. And I never knew it was going to come to this. 2008, my oldest son said, why don't you start doing YouTube videos? People started to recognize me. And here we are. In my move from California back to Detroit after my mother got sick, I lost all of my OGs. I wrote on my box, Jordan sneakers, and the moving company got me for all of my OGs.
That was like, steal me.
Man, I almost gave up then. I kept going. Then I went through this crazy lying divorce, and I had to give up 100 pair of my shoes. And
whoa, time out.
Yeah.
Time out. You went through a divorce, and you had to give up 100 pair of shoes.
In 2001, wasn't even married a year. I caught her with my partner on the force. So she beat me to filing for divorce. So it comes through that I was the one that was doing all the things she was doing. So like I said, we're married less than a year. So she went in and said we were collecting together. So I had to give up all of those shoes and my autographed memorabilia, which consisted of the autographed basketball, some rookie cards, autographed Carolina jersey. I really almost quit then, But then I said, no, that's exactly what the devil wants. And I fought through it. And here I am. I'm still here. And even better than it was before. Those things, I haven't been able to replace a lot of them, but I've got my peace of mind, a better woman, a wife that's a much better person, and I just moved on past it. But my message to people is, you got to know who you stick and move with, man. You just can't be with anybody, because people are lying, say I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. but when it come down to it, and it's not just women, it's men too. They're revengeful, you know, and they will try to take your heart if they can. And she thought that was gonna like take my heart, because that was something I was passionate about. I'm still passionate about it, but you know, I just wanted that phase to be over with. And once it was over with, I just moved on past it.
You're a better man than me, bro, because she would have got stuck and then moved. She would have got stuck and then moved, bro.
But you know, that's what she told they sent the sheriff's department out to confiscate the stuff, and they was like, man, this is petty. They was even like, just give us, you know, 100 whatever, you know. But I it was certain ones that was named that I had to give. Of course, she went for the jugular, but some of them I gave wasn't really nothing, but they were something to me.
Sure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even my fusions mean something to me, which don't mean nothing to somebody else. I like everything I bought, or I wouldn't have bought them.
Right.
But it's just say I had to do what I had to do to keep on moving. And once it was done, it was done. But you know, I like to tell the story because I want people to know that, you know, you got to be careful who you deal with. None of us can see the future.
Mm-hmm.
But in my case, there were signs all along the way, you know, that this wasn't going to work. There were breakups. She would break up. Even I broke up, you know, and we ended up back together. But then there were signs where people were like, man, this, you know, she doing X, Y, Z, but then can't nobody tell you nothing when you in love. You know what I'm saying? You got to find out certain things for yourself. But had I listened, I wouldn't have got cracked in the head like that.
Man, you should have hit it with those 98 percenters.
You know, and that's something I want to touch on too. You know, I had people mad at me back in like 2011, 2012. When these overseas sites came to me, and it's like, man, if you promote these replicas, we'll pay you $5,000 a month.
Wow.
And I said no, and I had people saying, man, swallow your pride. You need to do this. It's about the money. No, it's not about the money. I actually had people mad at me for not doing that, and now it seems okay for people to do it. You know, and it's just not. If they're not real, I'm not gonna deal with them.
Can I ask that question to the panel? $5,000 to review 98 percenters, and you get to keep the kick. So it's like a merch deal.
Yeah.
OG,
yeah.
are you on it? You
No,
get,
man.
you get
Look, I'm gonna have to scratch my head and walk around in the backyard and, you know, have that little talk. But at the end of the day, no.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't.
Now, just for full disclosure, I'm supposed to ask Dabs. We know what the answer is going to be, but he's got on a bow tie today, so I'm curious.
Please answer. Surprising.
Dabs, for $5,000, would you review some 98 percenters, sir?
It's a funny question because, you know what I'm saying, for $5,000, I don't know, man. I can't answer that. Only reason I say that is because would I wear them? No. Would I, you know, I don't know. I would probably talk about how whack it was, to be honest. But, you know what I'm saying? What's the review? Do you guys say you like them? Is that part of the review? Or you can say, hey, this shoe right here is trash, whatever.
I mean, just to review them, it's tarnishing your name to me.
I feel like this with reviews. I think a lot of people already tarnish it, whether you got a real shoe or a fake shoe, and that because a lot of people are reviewing shoes that, first of all, you know what I'm saying, that they don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying you, Jumpman. I mean, for me, when I look at your channel, you doing what you want to do. But I think with a lot of YouTube that I do look at, a lot of these people don't like the shoes. This is a way for them to get the views and talk cool and jive or whatever, and then they on to the next one. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think most of the game is so inauthentic. Me personally, I'm thinking about it. I wouldn't do it, but the game is so inauthentic for you to make it. That's what the majority is doing anyway. They being fake with their reviews.
Definitely. I see that. You know, I can show you 15, 16 boxes from Champs. Champs used to send me stuff. And it's like my page isn't popular enough for them, you know, for them to continue sending me stuff. So I haven't received stuff from them in 9-10 months. And I'm fine with that because I'm going to buy the shoe whether I like it or not. You know, they've even sent me LeBrons, they sent me Pumas, they sent me some Air Max 90s. I reviewed them and I put them on because there are other shoes that I like. I just like Jordans. That's my cup of tea. But you know, the way they send stuff to people, it's based on popularity.
Correct.
These sneaker shows are based on popularity. I used to roll with two major sneaker shows. And then all of a sudden they go and jump to these vloggers. So now they're the entertainment for the sneaker shows because what are the sneaker shows there for? To bring in people. So those are the people that are bringing in people to their sneaker shows. So it's a popularity contest, like you said, and it's not the love of sneakers is only in a handful of people, to be honest.
I agree 100%. I mean,
That's my personal opinion.
How I look at YouTube, especially with the YouTube community, it's easier for me to just go to a random store and talk to a random stranger and find more love from that stranger that's talking kicks opposed to what these people on YouTube are perpetrating that they're doing, which is, oh, I love the sneaker and I got this many subscribers and, you know, I got this following, and you're really leading a lot of people astray because, you know, you don't love the sneaker. I don't even think you love the culture. You love the business of sneakers and you love what the sneaker culture is bringing you, because if this thing didn't generate either money or sneakers, I think a lot of these guys will go bye-bye.
And some of them will tell you this is their job.
Right.
So if it's your job, you gotta say you like stuff. If you look at my collection, there's shoes I don't have because I don't like them. I'm not gonna buy something I don't like. I don't have a shoe in my collection that I did not like enough to buy it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't buy it.
Except for the fly swatters, right? And that was
I didn't buy those. But now I like them. I like them once I seen them in hand.
But you know what's so crazy about that, Jumpman, is that fact that what you just said alone, like you said, there's literally handfuls of people on this YouTube thing that has that same disposition. And that's why I respect you so much. It's not about, 1,000 sneakers. It's not about the collection.
No.
Because, I mean, there's people, you know, you got people that got all kind of sneakers or whatever, but you can tell they don't love it. This is just, I just want to have the best collection. It's not about that. You know, I think it's more about the love, the genuine love of sneakers, the love of shoes, and that's what you possess. It's something that a lot of people don't possess, but it's something that you possess, and that's what I respect most. It's not the number, it's the love, it's the passion.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with the number to me, and people are messaging me, inboxing me, but afraid to ask me outright. I'll say it right here. I'm not selling my collection. I have no thoughts of selling my collection. I have no thoughts of rocking no Adidas. I don't like Adidas. So I'm not on that wave at all. My thought is this. I have some older shoes, and not necessarily the super OGs, but I have like the Trenners, the Roy Jones Juniors, the Eddie Jones, the Eddie George. Now people don't even know Eddie George was with Jordan Brand. I have some of their shoes, and it's in the works of opening up a museum. That's where I'm looking towards my retirement future, my children's college funds or whatever. So I'm not selling shoes for whatever reasons other people are. I know Hess, I know Foamer, and those are my guys. their reasons are their reasons. I stand behind them 100%. But to me, I'm looking at a museum, and there's obviously I've been contacted by someone, so hopefully it'll come to be. That's what I'm looking at.
So since we're doing breaking news right now, breaking news, where might this museum, maybe if it comes to fruition in the future, be?
Well, there's been talks here in Detroit, LA, or Chicago. 2 of the 3 I would have to locate because they would want me to be in there to talk about the shoes, and I would still be able to be a part of it, which is what I wanted.
Wow.
You know, I want to be able to have everything just taken out of boxes and just be able to talk about it. That, you know, when people come and visit, which I only let select people come to my house, it's hours you're down here because it's just so much to talk about. And that's the thing I'm looking forward to is being able to do that.
Cool.
Man, I mean, this is like, to me, this is pure. That conversation right there. This is pure. I feel cleansed. I really do, because this is something that you don't see. You know what I mean, on YouTube or just talking to people in general. You know what I'm saying? I feel good right now.
Would they allow you to go in and switch out shoes that you wanted to wear? Like if a pair of your shoes is in the museum, can you go scoop them up, put them on, and switch them out?
Yeah, I would have the key basically.
Yeah,
and I would be able to, you know, to do that. Yes.
I don't wear a size 14, but if I put a couple pair of socks on, could I get an extra key just in case?
Definitely. I'm gonna need some people to help me out for sure.
Yes, sir.
Especially if it's here in Detroit, that would be really major. So I'm really hoping for the city, because the city is being revitalized. A lot of things are happening here, and I think that would be really dope somewhere downtown.
No, absolutely. I mean, the new Museum of the Jays need to be in the same city that the basement is in. You know, just
we would need a dope name. So you guys think of one.
That,
you know, just
Jumpman Bostic University Museum. We'll think about that. Hey, is it about time for us to do a giveaway, Shupak Shakur?
I believe so. Now would be the good time. And we're going to try this live. This is a live shoot. So basically what we did is on our last show, we asked people to leave questions. Those who ask questions have a chance to win. We got a lot of questions from a few people. So there might be some repeat winners. And if you're upset about that and salty, you got to play if you want to win.
If you don't play, you can't win.
That's all it is to it. So I'm going to use the randomizer.org. I put the names on here that already asked questions, and we're going to see what happens. The randomizer is working, and let's go. Sexy Boogie. Say Boogie. I'm sorry, Say Boogie. SEYIBOOGIE. Say Boogie is our first winner. So,
are they in the chat by chance?
Are they in the chat? Say Boogie, if you're in the chat, can you please say something? Speak up. Now, we didn't have that as a requirement on the show.
No.
It'd be good if you're in here. But if you're not, I'll go ahead and get in touch with you, send this out. What I have for you is a gift card. I didn't know they did these gift cards like this at the Nike store. I thought this was dope. Now, I might not send you this box. You might not get this box.
You'll save on shipping for sure.
Yeah, but inside the box, there is a gift card for you ready to use. It has $30 on it.
Okay.
So $30 gift card. Thank you for sending questions for Jumpman Bostic. I guess we could read the question.
Sure.
Let's do that.
I'm give me a second, and I'm going to find that question. Okay, so that's SEYIBOOGIE. His question. Here's my question for the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Yes, JMB. You've been able to accumulate an iconic collection over many years. Each pair has a story of how you were able to secure them. How do you feel now that we see Jordan Brand re-releasing all of these OG colorways? Does it make you feel, or does it make you a little salty since you had to put in work to find and get your pair back in the day?
Not at all. Back in the day, it wasn't like this. We didn't have the internet. So shoes were available months and months after release. So it was a lot different back in the day. I like the fact that they're re-releasing the shoes, but I just wish people who actually love the shoes or actually wanted to put the shoes on their feet and wear them outside would get them, and not the people that's gonna just resell them for money. But I love the fact, I wish that they would do a 1 through 13 in the home and away Bulls colorways, and just, you know, do that. I think that would be really dope, to have the whole collection of 1 through 13 home and away. That would be pretty sweet.
Like as a pack, or just release them as the home and then the relay?
Just release them as a home and away. Not necessarily a package. Just, you know, just go in order like they used to do back in the day. 1 month to be the one, you know, skip a couple months. Just give somebody a chance to be able to save up their paper in order to try to obtain them, and don't make them limited. But so it would be nice.
That was going to be actually a follow-up question that I had in the beginning. You know, in what did you say, 86?
Yes.
How often were Jordans releasing?
Beginning of the year and playoff time.
And that was it?
Yes.
Not
Twice
even
a year.
Not even once a month?
Twice a year.
And now we have sometimes every week, or sometimes even like tomorrow foams drop. So you got to, you know, a middle of the, what I consider to be almost a middle of the week drop. And then the Saturday drops also.
Yes.
How often, like as a follow-up to that, because I think that's a great idea that you said, releasing the home and away. How often has Jump Brand contacted you for ideas or things like that?
Never.
Oh, hell no.
I've never been contacted by Jordan Brand, Jumpman 23, Mike, anybody from Jordan Brand whatsoever. You know, I don't expect them to, you know, but I do see that they invite people to events that.
Talk about it. Don't hold back. Talk about
it. This just family hour.
Yeah, I mean, they invite people there that have no knowledge. There were people at the All-Star game in New Orleans this year. Mike had the motorcycle out there, right? The Motorsport 4s, and people didn't even know the Motorsport 4s went with the motorcycle. But they got invited by Jordan Brand to the All-Star weekend. You know, it's a popularity contest. I'm not that guy, and that's fine. You know, people can say I'm old or whatever, but I'm the same age as MJ. He wears gym shoes. I wear gym shoes. I know people older than me wear gym shoes. So to say that a person is too old or not marketable or whatever, there's old models, there's old attorneys, there's old car repair people, just like there are young. You know, I don't think you can put an age on anything. You can't put a sex on anything. There's just as many women in the sneaker culture that know more about sneakers than some men do. You know, but a lot of it, like I said, is everything in this culture, and I still say it's a culture, but it's a culture of a few that are really into it to be into it, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But those are the ones who are really afraid to say stuff. You know,
man, we gotta get you a new agent. There's no reason you should have 1,009 pair of Jordans and nobody's contacting you about anything.
Nobody.
That's the thing. Like I said, it ain't about the numbers, though, man. I swear it's not about the numbers. It's about the knowledge. It's about the love, and that's what I've seen people get invited to Jordan House and do these events. Oh, the Jordan 31's out. We invited so and so because they have 400,000 subscribers, or that's garbage to me. They got the numbers because maybe it's not about sneakers. They're using sneakers to get the numbers. It's not how it should be. It's not, oh, he loves this, Therefore, the people are going to mess with him because I see the love for what he's doing, not just because I'm using these sneakers to generate my popularity.
They're not going to do that. They're looking at how many people are drawn to a person's page is going to help the particular brands with their sales. They could care less about a person's knowledge of the product that's out. You know, I have 66,000 subs on YouTube. I've been around, hovering around that since 2009, 2010. I may get a fewer here and there, but it's not about, if I had one person watch my video, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with the subscribers I have who comment, and I comment back to them. Some people get to this stage of 100,000 subscribers and more and don't even communicate with their subscribers, you know, but they're steady saying, you know, click the subscribe button, click the like button, and there's no conversation, there's no dialogue with your subscribers. I try to respond 100% to people who comment on my videos. At least say thanks for watching. You can go back and look at my video, and I'm always interacting with people. But you know, people say they don't have enough time for that. You got enough time to shoot the video. You got enough time to comment on it. So,
and it's crazy because, you know, you get people that into this YouTube thing and they're making the videos and say they would have plateaued. They threaten their subscribers. Well, if you guys don't show the appreciation, then I'm going to leave YouTube, or you guys got to do this. Sneaker Addict, I think he does it all the time where he threatens his people like, oh, you got to do this or I'm going to leave YouTube. Come on. I mean, look, we don't care what you do.
Goodbye.
Either you like making this content, either you like the culture for real or you don't, and leave it at that.
No doubt. Let me grab a couple more of these questions, because I know as we go through, I definitely want to be respectful of the family that took the time to leave the questions. And I'm going to take a question from one of, I don't know if he's the youngest, but certainly one of our youngest in the family that's always in the chat, and that's Jacoby Wall. I think Jacoby is like 16. I think he said maybe in one of the other when he chimed in. Jumpman, he wants to know, I think I know the answer to this question. What is your most favorite Jordan silhouette and why?
The grade 8s, the Jordan 8s. That was MJ's greatest playoff year against the Phoenix Suns. Points wise, he was just off the charts. And I like the fact that I never strapped my straps on mine. I just like when you walk, you get, or when you play. When I played in them back in the day, you could just hear them click clacking while you playing. It's just, I just love that silhouette, and preferably the playoffs, the black and red colorway.
So now I have a question. I don't know if you've ever been asked this. I read an article that kind of hinted on this, or you talked about this. Is an old article with Paper Chase Williams, and you made some comment about the fact that you might have gotten in trouble for wearing some Jordans when you weren't supposed to be wearing them. Would that have been during the end of your college career, or am I fishing in the wrong pond?
No, you're in the right pond. I snuck and put on the Chicagos, and everything we had, our track suits, was Adidas. I got caught playing a pickup game in them during the season, but you know, it was my own time. I wasn't practicing with the team.
So wait, this was not during any sanctioned event. This was on your own personal time, and you still got clipped?
Yeah, because when you have a contract anytime during the season from October 15th to whenever your season ends in March, you're under that contract.
Wow, who knew? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So did they sit you down for a game, or they just say, hey, don't do that again, or what was the penalty, if any?
They took me out the starting lineup.
Oh, wow.
So I had to sit there and wonder if I was going to play that next game.
So maybe that was I also saw an article, it was an old article in the LA Times, and they were talking about that you and the coach sometimes didn't get along or didn't see eye to eye. Maybe that was some of what they were talking about, huh?
Yeah, because I was a runner. This coach came in a year after we went to the NCAA tournament. We lost to Princeton, but just think, back in 1984, had we beat Princeton, we would have played UNLV.
Wow.
So I'd have played against Larry Johnson and Stacey Augman, Anderson Hunt, if we had beat Princeton. So I was like super hurt after that, you know. But our new coach came in. Our coach left and went to the University of San Francisco, Coach Bavelli. Coach Egan came in, and it was just downhill for me from then. But now that I look back, I was young. I had my own attitude, and I was like, you know, I was just didn't want to hear what he had to say, because the year before that, you know, my style of play was what Coach Bavelli wanted. But Coach Egan had a slow down style, and then we went from Nike to Adidas. So that was another downfall. We wore top 10s, and I just couldn't stand top 10.
Now, did I also read right that when you were wearing Adidas, you got injured?
I broke my ankle, and I
Shout
had
out to D Rose.
Yeah. I was D Rose before D Rose. But I had to red shirt that year, and then once I red shirted, I came back for my 5th year, and you know, that's when the roller coaster started, 85, 86. So that's when I got caught wearing the Jordans.
Because you was already bit by the bug by then.
Yeah. I knew my time was done.
Also have a question. Actually, V's Kicks had 2 questions. One I think you've already answered, but I'll hit them both. Her first question was, have you ever met MJ? And then the second question was your favorite shoe outside of Jordans.
Oh, okay. I met MJ one time. Still got the cereal in the box. His last game at the Palace, when he was with the Wizards, I tried to get him to sign the box. He was nice and cordial. I was like within hand's distance of him. And he said, no, he couldn't do it because he no longer had a contract with Wheaties, so he couldn't sign the box. So he wasn't like other people said, just like a asshole or anything like that. He was nice. He actually told me he couldn't do it. My favorite shoe outside of Jordans, it would have to be the Foamposite. I actually got a Royal Foamposite from you.
Okay.
That's ironic, but that was a shoe I had always wanted. But I'm just so pro Jordan that I put a lot of like the Huaraches, the Air Max 90, which I have a pair of, and the Foamposites. Those are 3 shoes that I had always wanted to get, but I got everything I wanted out of Jordans: boots, casual shoes, dress shoes, trainers, basketball shoes. And there was just one brand did it for me back in the day. Now I've opened up a little bit.
Cool. Fellas, you guys, I see you raising your hand over there. Michael Smith, what you got?
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
What could Jordan Brand do to make you not want to collect anymore? Is there anything, I mean, like say it's something political or his particular stance on something or whatever, what could Jordan Brand do to make you question collecting Jordans anymore?
Good question.
Man, I've never been asked that.
That's a great question.
That's a super dope question.
Mr. ESPN?
You know, I really have never tied a person's personal stance or opinions on my purchasing anything. I remember back in the day, was the Tommy Hilfiger that said he didn't want black people wearing his clothes?
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't worn anything Hilfiger, you know. But
me neither.
But that's a good question, because Mike has not been squeaky clean himself. You know what I mean? You know, there's always been allegations, you know, of gambling, and there's his father's situation, and then, you know, adultery and all of this. But, you know, I don't tie that into my buying sneakers.
So you mentioned I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I don't think that there would be any. I can't say that there wouldn't be. I don't know if something with molestation or something with kids, something like that, yeah, definitely I'd be done.
I just remember.
But,
I remember when New Balance came out with their stance. They said they were Trump supporters. I don't know if Under Armour had said something similar, but sometimes like I was almost kind of thinking of along those lines a little bit. But as far as like, you know, I agree with you. It's a question I just thought of, and I was like, wait, I don't know the answer to that. What would make me stop collecting J's? You know what I mean? Especially if it's the OG colorway. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a tough. I just thought I didn't know if there was something that you had in your head that would, you know, that you had to answer that.
Yeah, that's the best question I've ever been asked, and the first time. So yeah, it would have to be something like family, children oriented for me, you know, because I'm big on my babies, man. Somebody that'd be the only time somebody'd have to fill my commissary.
Yeah.
You mess with my baby.
No doubt. No doubt.
You got a question, Beard, or do you want me to run through the list a little bit more?
I'm about to say go to the list because I can't follow that up. Damn,
Okay.
He asked a shutdown question.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm told.
It's the glasses and the bow tie. Look,
I got to give me a bow tie.
And somebody in the chat was checking your wine swag with your little glasses.
Yeah, I saw that.
I told you, if that light wasn't shining on that picture back there, it's a picture of the Eiffel Tower. So it's extreme sophistication going on right now. You know what I mean? Extreme sophistication.
Somebody got to check. I didn't get no check. Somebody got to check.
Onethis287.com. No, I'm joking.
No, man, please grab a question from the people that ask questions. Please grab one of those for us.
All right, let me see. This question comes from Ricardo Bonner. Jumpman, if you had to replace your second favorite Jordan model with another sneaker, what would it be, brand and model?
My second favorite Jordan is the 14, the last shot.
So if you had to replace that with something else.
Wow. You know, back in high school, I don't know if you saw this picture on the internet. It was a picture of me dribbling the ball up the court. And I was wearing some Dr. J Converse. The original All-Stars would be it.
Okay.
Would be it. Because before Mike, it was the Doc. And I know people remember that cup dunk.
Yes, sir.
On Michael Cooper. Or him going behind the backboard on the Lakers. You know,
that's one of the prettiest moves done in the game.
Man.
I still people talk about Jordan's that layup, the finger roll he did. That was unnecessary. Yeah. Jordan was doing that on purpose. There was nobody there. The dunk was clean, and he switched over and did the finger roll. He was acting up. But Dr. J, when he went under the backboard, I was like, bruh.
Yeah.
Anybody else would have passed that.
I went outside during the game and tried that. It was
the
just
first and second ankle injury.
It was just like that. You know, I was super young, man. I felt I could jump off the roof and dunk. You know, back in the day, back when Doc was playing. But you know, before Mike, it was Doc and then Magic.
You know, it's so nice for me to have someone else on these airwaves that loves Dr. J, because I've had this conversation with somebody and it's just wonderful. And no shade at all.
Who was that somebody?
I don't know. Right now, I just can't remember. But let's just suffice it to say that I'm just so happy that there's somebody else here that thinks of Dr. J and just
I think our conversation was a little different, but
you're right.
This is the Jumpman Bostic episode, so we're gonna move on.
You're right.
We don't want to go there.
You're absolutely correct. I'm just picking, man.
I gotta hear that conversation one day, though. I gotta hear that.
We'll save that one for SneakerCon Detroit when we all descend on the basement of the Jays.
Yeah, y'all always welcome, man. You gotta see it. You gotta see it.
So let me find another question here. Jacoby Wall hit us with several questions. Let me see if I can find his second set here. He says, which shoe in your collection holds the most sentimental value and why?
The Ray Allen 13.
And why?
That was a shoe, Reggie Miller's 3-point record. I tied that shoe to that Clover Green. Plus, when Mike retired, the next phase was the Boston Celtics with the Truth, Ray, and KG. Okay. Now I really don't watch basketball like that. It's not the same anymore.
Wow. That's a whole nother conversation too, because I would love to jump into that.
Well, don't loosen up the bow tie and get jiggy with it.
Woo,
I know I'm gonna catch it for saying that too, because somebody else.
Please don't tell me, because me and my friend, we always shoot hoops, and we have this discussion about what these NBA players now could do in the 80s and the 90s, or per se, and we always say like players that the forgotten players of the 90s, like Otis Thorpe and Buck Williams. They would have a field day right now in this NBA. But like I said, it's a whole nother discussion. I'm going to leave it alone.
You think Charles, you think LeBron James would go to the hole the way he goes on Charles Oakley?
No way. No, the Knicks, Detroit, Boston, even the Pacers, and the Davis boys would have had that boy on his back.
Yeah, he might have been able to try it, but he would have been hurt.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. He'd be on the ground. Rick Mahorn, Bill Laimbeer. Man, he wouldn't have came through the hole doing all of that, all that bullying that he's doing, man. They would have put him on his neck, and they wouldn't have been no flagrant fouls.
That's how the game was played.
Jordan rules.
It wouldn't been no flopping. You'd have been laid out, so it wouldn't been no need to flop. So
Laimbeer used to throw elbows on the 3-point line.
Yeah,
true.
They would trip you running up the court. Like it was
absolutely
nothing.
I love the man.
It was just a different game, and then to see what Mike was doing when all 5 guys was against him. Once he realized that he needed his 4 other players, and then Paxson came along, and then Scotty developed after them migraines, and Horace Grant came the bully on the boards, and Bill Cartwright started swinging them elbows like we knew he could. Once 1990 came and they lost to the Pistons, they say Mike went in the locker room like, man, next year y'all better come or I'm beating all y'all ass. And then, hey, and it's already been told that he done whooped Will Perdue up so many times. Will, he had the shakes, but it just came in 91. They just put it all together. They all, it got to a point where they all learned, and like it's nothing like that now. Everybody is I'm going to this team, I'm going to that team, I'm chasing a ring,
We're working together. Yeah.
And who was the first one that you recall chasing rings?
Barkley, probably.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Barkley, Karl Malone, and
Gary Payton. He tried to chase one,
and he got one with the Lakers, right?
He did get one with the Lakers. Yep.
Yeah.
So but Barkley started, and it's a shame that's how their legacy is, that they like Barkley. And just last night, Shaq up there like this. I got 4 of them. I pay attention to little things like that. I'm just not listening to them talk. Shaq is always slapping him in the face with that. But Charles was a beast, man.
Charles was a man.
He just did not have the surroundings. And then he ran into Mike. How many other teams ran into Mike?
The Jazz were a great team. He had Stockton, Hornacek, and Malone, and they ran to Mike, and that's it.
And Houston, I don't care what nobody say, Akeem wouldn't have a ring or 2 if Mike didn't retire.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I agree.
Because they say, how do you know that? Because Mike had constantly had free agents wanting to play with the Bulls for less money because they knew they were going to win.
Right.
Ron Harper. Yep.
Ron Harper came along. Dennis Rodman.
I remember when they got Tony Kukoc. I was like, oh no.
Yep. People counted him out. Then they started saying, dang, look at Tony. And then Judd Bushler, the shooter.
Bill Winnington, all these guys, man.
Craig Hodges with the first couple titles. He came from the Clippers, hitting them threes. Man, I go back a long way with this, and I studied the game just like I studied the shoes. And it's just not what it used to be, and it's not entertaining to me. It's all about show. It's fanciness. You come down there holding your hand up like this, you best believe Charles Oakley will have an elbow for you the next time for showboat.
I just think the NBA is funny because I know with them trash talking on the court, they probably could say crazy things about your mama and go ham. And then after the game, like that's part of the game. Gary Payton probably had the filthiest mouth there was.
Yeah.
You get Kevin Garnett talking about some Honey Nut Cheerios, and all of a sudden, people want to fight and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know, man.
It's a different mentality now. It's just not the same.
Gemini 605 says, Jumpman, does the asking retail prices match up with the quality of materials on today's Jordans?
Not at all. No.
I think we would all agree on that.
No, I mean, is this worth 175? No. It was 115 back in the day. You paying $60 more for less quality, but that's the inflation of today. I mean, it is what it is. Either you want to get it or you don't. Right. That's just the bottom line. Jordan Brand could do better. I mean, who makes the best shoes quality wise? I hear Saucony is one of them.
Damn close.
With the majority of their shoes.
Yeah.
But Saucony is not historic like Jordan is.
Right.
You look around. I mean, I was at the store and it's mostly teenagers and people buying shoes for babies to wear. It's just something that is global. It's a global thing that no matter what the quality looks like, people are gonna buy it.
All right. Jermaine Manning says, what are your top 5 colorways in the Great Eights?
Top 5 colorways in the Great Eights. Well, we know it's the number 1 is the playoff. 2 is the aqua boogies.
Mm-hmm.
3 is the bunnies. 4 is the chrome.
Wow.
And 5 is the DB.
Okay.
Can't be mad at that. Which bugs? The OG bugs or that alternate bugs that just dropped?
No. I like the alternate. I wish they would have came with that back in '93 with that 93 on the back. That would have been killer. But I actually like the alternate better than the OG.
Okay.
And Travis Sanders asked, and I think you answered this in some of our conversation before, but I'll ask anyway. What sneakers did you wear before? What brand of shoes did you wear before you went to full-time Jordans?
Wow. Okay. High school. Have you guys heard of the Beta Bullets?
What?
You got me on that one, bro.
You go back to 1979. Magic wore those with Michigan State.
Okay. Called
the Beta Bullets. I wore those in high school. I wore Converse. And I wore some Nikes. So this was like I was in high school from 78 to 81. So this was before Jordan.
Jamie White asked, what do you think Jordan Brand can do to prevent kicks from sitting like the Motorsport 4s and the Gotta Shine 6s?
Better quality. Better quality and rethink their prices for the materials. I like the fact that they are producing more, but now this may sound a little crazy, but I think that they're producing just a little bit too many, where they'll sit. They're trying to eliminate the resellers. I'm totally against reselling, but sometimes I have to go see that person because I may have missed a shoe because I'm a 13, 14, and some of them don't, some stores only get one of each, either get 113 or 114. They usually don't get both. So resellers are necessary, but I think in order to eliminate a lot of shoes from Sydney. They got to do better with the quality, and I think people would start buying them again.
It's about time for us to take another shot. Shot. Do another little giveaway. I went ahead and hit the randomizer again. This is for the people who sent in questions on the last video of the last episode of Soul Food Sneaker Talk. You sent in the question, you got a chance to win. This time the winner is Jermaine Manning's in the building. Jermaine Manning, I believe, is active in the chat. So Jermaine, thank you for submitting a question. And what is the giveaway that we have for him this time?
Well, I'm just doing a gift card, just doing a little Foot Locker gift card, help you with your next purchase of J's or Adidas or whatever you think is hot. So just another gift card we doing, giving it away. Derek T, I didn't forget about you. I got the gift card in hand. I will send that out to you within the next couple of days. But another gift card coming, and congratulations.
That's what's up, Jermaine. We appreciate that. Now, we did hear about your favorite kick. We heard about your second favorite kick. What is your least favorite Jordan jump, man?
Wow.
Of the numbers. Don't go with the off brands or the team Jordan, the numbered Jordans.
My least favorite of the number, that probably the 18.
Ooh.
Ouch.
I knew OG.
But
I think your feet is breaking up.
But OG
got a lot of power. He got a lot of power over there, so be careful.
But I know I just complimented you on getting those white and red 18.
Yes, sir.
They are sweet, but he said the least popular. He didn't say I didn't like them at all.
Right. This is true.
The least popular.
Dagger.
Now that's interesting. You picked the 18 over, what is it? Now I'm gonna get the number wrong, so I'm not even gonna quote it. What was the Jordan that had the hole in the side?
Oh man! Now you get
that is the 20.
Now you hit me with the dagger. I got them in my closet, so
that's the 20.
You just brought those down. So why that one over the 20?
That is a comfortable shoe.
Really? Okay.
That is a comfortable basketball shoe. The 18 is kind of heavy. So if you're a jumper like I used to be, that was like having some bricks tied to you.
And I agree. The 18s, I've had a couple of bad twisted ankles on those because it kind of feels like you're teetering a little bit. The 20s are lower to the ground. It's cool, but for my foot, they're not very comfortable for hoop. But the 18s were terrible for basketball. I agree with that.
I'm sorry. The ones with the hole inside 2010s. The
2010s. Those are 2010s.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So Cadillac Jackson had a question, Jumpman. He says Jordan Brand not too long ago released a new city pack featuring cities like Chicago, New York, LA. Being that the Detroit Pistons played a major part in pushing Michael Jordan to the next level as a player, do you feel Jordan Brand should show the city of Detroit more love when it comes to collabs or storylines, like the Shattered Backboard ones or the Bulls Over Broadway?
Yeah, he did a few collabs with like the Detroit Sixers. He's taking shots at teams that the Bulls have beaten, but he should really do a super collab for Rip Hamilton, who was a Jordan Brand member, one of the originals from back in the day. So he should do a set for Rip since he's been retired. His number's been retired by the Pistons, and he was a long-standing Jordan Brand member.
Didn't they do that shoe with the skyline on it? Was that Detroit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I think he went to get a shoe.
Yep, this one right here.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then this is Rip's actual shoe.
Correct.
With, this is his PE. And I've been blessed to meet people. And shout out to Joe Bologna. He's from here in Michigan. He actually gifted this one to the basement because he knows that I'm a big Rip Hamilton fan. So it's nice to have the general release one and then have the one that Rip played in as well. So yeah, they did that city pack. The city pack was of players who were actual Jordan brand members at that time when they were released.
Wow. I mean, it's hard to ask a question after you just pull out Rip Hamilton's shoe. You know what I mean? Like, golly. I knew it was going to happen at some point in the show. But there's people that's watching this show right now that's like, wow, who is that?
Well, with 1,009 sneakers, you got to figure that we probably call off a whole bunch. And if we had time, you'd be like, oh, yeah, just 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Absolutely.
Just wait. It's right over here in the corner. Give me a second. I got to move a couple boxes, and you'll probably find them there.
I pretty much know where they are. A lot of them are kind of on display down here. Anyway, you know, I have them sitting around in cases, and a lot of them I take to sneaker shows when I do display at events, because those are the ones that people like to see, honestly. The Oregons, the Rip Hamiltons. I even have the 12s from when they beat the Lakers. I have the Seattle 10s. The Ray Allen 15s, actually, I got from the Nike outlet back in the day for $29.95.
Ooh, boy.
And you can't find PEs at the Nike outlet outlets now like that. So it's
war mine today, man.
Oh boy, man, aren't they comfortable?
They're comfortable. They're a little clunky when you walk in, but
yeah,
they're very comfortable once you get your foot inside of there.
That's a hell of a basketball shoe too. I know a lot of people don't like the 15s, but that was one of the best shoes that I bought in, to be honest. Because they had that anti-tilt on there where it's supposed to prevent you from twisting your ankles.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the soles of the shoe, yeah, that's a dope shoe.
It's funny that you mentioned that Rip Hamilton, and that Detroit team in particular is probably one of my favorite teams because they really won it without having a true bona fide superstar. That was, true essence of a team. So I think that was one of my favorite championship squads. Was it Chauncey Billups and Hamilton and Ben Wallace? And I think she was on that team as well.
Yep.
So
and Tayshaun.
And Tayshaun Prince.
That's when Tayshaun came to life in the
that was when y'all just moved the Washington Wizards to Detroit.
Yeah, we took all of them. and
you have to be from here to know that.
Gave y'all Kwame Brown.
Yeah. No, come on. Let's be real. Mike picked Kwame Brown.
Yeah, he did.
He gonna have to live with that one for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He picks players like he picks his jeans.
I have some of those jeans now.
You got some Jordan jeans?
Man, yes.
We got to see some Jordan jeans, bro.
Yes. I had to dig for those. If y'all give me a few seconds, I'll bring out I swear,
oh my goodness!
I remember seeing
6 or 7 pair of them.
They came. They had a jean that came out with a shoe, correct?
They had a bunch of them that came out with shoes. Yes,
okay.
And they had the blue jean pack. I had that one too. The Levi jean pack.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, but he definitely had a bunch of jeans and shorts to match shoes.
Wow.
It's a lot to see if you come. It would be a hell of an honor to be able to display this for people to see, because it's some stuff people hadn't seen before.
That would be dope. OG, we got another question to read off?
We do.
Okay.
804 King of Foam and Jay, shout out. He's going to hit us with a foam question. So we already talked about your first foam in the basement of the Jays, and I was fortunate enough to be able to help you bring that to the basement. Do you anticipate getting any other foams going forward?
That Copper Boy come out tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna have to hit up Mr. Allen's.
All right.
So go and get that. That is dope. And then Original Roughneck already made some gear to go with it, so I might have to make that 1010. All
right. So there you go, 804. Jumpman is on the copper train.
And I appreciate him. He comments on my YouTube videos, and I appreciate him for that.
Absolutely. Let me see in terms of other questions. Buckeye City Soul had a question. I think his was the last one that came in the group. Good question. How do we bridge the gap between OG collectors and young collectors?
Wow, that's a great question. And Buckeye is my guy. He listens to the podcast that I'm a part of as well. And I've spoken to him personally a number of times on the phone, like we talk, OG.
No doubt.
I would say both sides have to respect one another. Okay, there's some older collectors that are mad at me, and let me start there. There's some people who are upset with me because I get booked to go to shows and I get paid to appear at events. They assume I get $5,000 or more per event. I know people who do, but it's not me. I had too much love for the game. All I ask for is to be compensated for my gas, my vehicle maintenance, and things of that nature. I'll go on the record right here. I've never made over $900 for a show. And I've driven 14 hours one way by myself to events just to display and be a part of the culture. And people will call people who book me to ask them, how much did you pay Jumpman?
Wow.
Now, what's wrong with that is there are at least one person that I know of that has shared with people what they paid me to come. That's nobody's business. That should be between that event person and myself. But first and foremost, why are you worried about what I'm doing? Don't you have a family to worry about? And mad at me and saying that I'm not true to the sneaker culture because I get compensated for my missing work and my mileage, gas, or whatever to go to an event. And I'm not even cracking people over the head like I know some people do. They want their cameraman flown out. They want rooms for 2 days. They want this, they want that. I never asked for any of that.
I want you to say that one part again. You said missing work. Like you actually have a job outside of this.
Yes,
wow.
I work every day.
Wow.
I have a job and a family.
Mm-hmm.
A 9 and a 10. Well, they're both 10 right now. 11 next month. They're 11 months and a day apart. I have little kids. I have a family. I work. This is something I do because I love to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm so blessed that Mr. Allen's allows me to do sneaker reviews. But you know what people say? You know, you get your shoes early. You get this, you get that. I gotta wait just like everybody else. I'm satisfied with just being able to give a review every Wednesday, every other Wednesday of a shoe so people can see what they're going to buy on that Saturday. That's all I've been wanting to do for 30 plus years was to get a foot in the door and be able to talk about shoes before release day. And people seem to like that. But back to the bridging the gap. Young people don't want to listen. I've been young and hard-headed. Young people feel as though old people are upset with them and have an attitude. So they have an attitude with us.
Preach. Sorry.
Now I've talked to a couple young people. I talked to Tony D and I talked to Bull. And those guys are receptive to me. I can't speak for anybody else. Whenever I see them at an event, we communicate. Fomer Simpson, you know, I communicated with him and he was like, man, I can't believe you haven't been reached out to. That's a conversation that I've had with him. And he's a great guy. Hess Kicks is a great guy. I have his phone number. But it's just the younger guys, both sides have to accept one another without any more words than that. It starts there with both sides accepting one another. The young people are here and the older people have to accept that, you know, the young people are here too. That's not pushing us out the door. I don't feel nobody's pushing me out the door. They can have 700,000 subscribers. I still feel as though my knowledge and experience with what I do is up there with anybody. And I don't measure my worth on subscribers. That's just me, but it's just about all of us just getting together and communicating and working together.
I'm going to say something that may be a little controversial, but I think these guys need to show respect to what it is. You know what I'm saying? These guys don't love the sneaker game. They're doing it for whatever. So if they truly respected it, they'd be like, nah, I ain't doing this goofy shit unless this happens. Bring my man along, do something. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the YouTube thing. And I do create videos. I have fun with it. I do it with my wife, make videos with my son. And that's all I really want. I don't do this for numbers or whatever. There's no money in this. We both know there's no money in this. This is just pure enjoyment. Right. So when these guys need to step up and be like, hey, bring my man along. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the real. This is the apex. Y'all missing out.
Yeah. And I agree. I definitely agree with that. There's, I think people are afraid that if they bring somebody else along, that's going to push them out the door. There's no building blocks. Like, okay, my man over here, he know a lot about stuff. Maybe you should check him out. I never get that, and I understand that. I don't throw no shade on anybody, but I always shout out somebody if they help me out. Always. Anytime I pick up a shoe, somebody help me get a shoe, somebody help me do this, help me do that. I'm not afraid of somebody else shining. Because if you, in order for somebody else to shine, they got to see that you help them shine. And then that should be more respect for you, building up other people instead of holding them down.
Rising tide lifts all boats.
But I do agree with that comment that you said. People do not like to help other people because they feel as though that may take away from them.
That's the first thing I did when I came on here today. And the V Kicks in here. Once again, everybody, if you just new to the chat, V Kicks came out with a dope video today showcasing her sneaker collection. It's done totally different from what anybody else is doing their sneaker. Usually they hold in hand, you say a sentence or two, whatever. This was really artistic. So you guys go check out V's Kicks. Mm-hmm. Check out that collection video. It's done differently. I like it. It was very creative. So that's what the game should be about. It should be more people doing things like that, and that's what I think is totally missing.
I agree. Totally.
Y'all ready for another shot?
Yes, sir. Make it happen.
Shot. So we're doing another question, another giveaway. We already read the question on the show, but this winner, I hit the randomizer, and the winner this time is 804, King of Phones and J's, which we just gonna call you the Kang. The Kang, you are the next winner, man.
That got to be a mistake, man. No, congratulations, my brother. I still got to get up to Richmond so we can chop it up and make my run to round 2 over there in Richmond, and maybe I'll do that and bring you your gift card when I see you. But no, probably I'm going to mail it to you because I will not be able to get there sooner than I can just go ahead and send it in the mail to you. But we appreciate you. We appreciate everybody that participated and asking questions. And again, if y'all salty because you like these names, you've heard them before, we didn't say nobody couldn't get in. The only thing we asked you to do was leave a question. So, and I said when I did my live post and everything else, what do you got to lose? I just leave a question. So appreciate, those folks that took the time to do that. 804, checks in the mail, baby. We're gonna keep the conversation going, but we're gonna slip over to the dessert. And the dessert, Jumpman, is usually a time where we talk about like maybe something that's coming down the pike, that's kind of sweet to us. So one of the ones that I was gonna mention that we've already kind of hit on is the copper foams. And if I remember correctly, I think you said you're thinking about shooting your shot on that one.
Definitely, yeah. Yes.
What about you, Jedi? Sneak Mill? Any foams in the future?
No, man. I like to look at them, but I'm not gonna pay $230 to look at the shoes, so I'm good.
For me, I want the coppers, but probably not the eggplants or something. I'm planning on getting the eggplant. So
I'm kind of in that same place. you know, Jumpman, because I'm in the DMV, these guys, they give me hell every time a foam drops, and they think that I'm not, you know, I'm not being true to my area. But I'm a DMV transplant. You know, I think I was sharing earlier, if I was probably, you know, born and raised in a DMV like my wife is, you know, my perspective might be a little different. But I'm a little bit more limited. I'm actually still trying to go back on the foams that you picked up, Jumpman. And actually, I saw some today, but I'm just not. I still think it's something I'm going to be able to get. So I'm keeping my powder dry for that one. But I'm kind of torn between the coppers and the eggplants. I have a more affinity just for the color purple, and so or things that are kind of in that neighborhood. So the eggplants might win out, but the coppers are dope. They are. It is a dope shoe. I can't deny that, but I don't think that I would do them both. So with that said, I got to make a choice between the two, and right now the eggplants are winning the race. But the way things are kind of sitting now, you know, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the numbers on the coppers are, and you know whether or not they will be available or they're just going to go.
Them coppers are already gone. If you ain't get your hands on them, and I think within the first couple hours, them things. I remember. I think the silver ones that just came out, and people were flooding the mall looking for them in my area, and we're not really a foam heavy area in Cincinnati, you know.
Silver Surfers.
The Silver Surfers, they were on them. So you know them coppers. I think them coppers gonna be gone.
And I think the other shoe, just in terms of Jordan brand this week, was those Platinum 5s. Anybody have any interest in those?
No.
It's $400 again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an all white shoe, right?
Yeah.
And it's $400, right?
Go ahead and say it again. You know what I'm saying? We may have not got the message.
I'm just trying to understand what the hell we're doing right now. Like, there's only so much crep protect I want to wear on a shoe.
Whoa!
Or Rejuvenator.
First the jeans, now the
Stop it, man! Stop it!
I said there's only so much I'm gonna wear. Rejuvenator, I rock with.
He's trying to change your ways, man.
Rejuvenator all day, every day. Period.
But you still have to put a coat on like every other time you wear the shoes.
No, sir. No, sir. That's not Crep Protect. This is Rejuvenator.
Talk about it.
It lasts three months, sir.
Is there a code that I could use to get some Rejuvenator?
Jumpman Bostic will save you 10% off, sir.
There y'all go. Did y'all hear that in the chat? Show some love. Go to Rejuvenator. Cop some Rejuvenator. Jumpman.
And while we're there, Jumpman, just talk to the people like about, you know, I know what you do, but you tell the people, yes, in terms of some of the things that you rep and how if people are interested in it, that they can you know, save a little money.
Yeah, her souls _23. She joined the family with Rejuvenator, and she has some original Roughneck stuff. I've been with Roughneck for 5 years. I've been with Rejuvenator for about the same time, 5 or 6 years. And it started off with me just buying their products. And then they approached me about the partnership, and it like everything I do, I love their product. I use their product, and I endorse the products because I actually wear them and I actually use the Rejuvenator stuff. I believe in that stuff 1000%. And it's all about watching the tutorial videos with the Rejuvenator and learning how to use the products. I use the washing machine method and everything. I to be honest, I haven't tried Crep Protect, so I can't down Crep Protect like that, but I have no wants or needs to try it.
So I rock with Roughneck heavy. I got onto them because of one of your videos.
Nice.
And my first order, it didn't come through right. Like it took a week and a half. I shot an email. I was like, hey, you know, I didn't get the order. What's up? And she apologized. I think her name is Angie. She apologized. She sent me an extra shirt. She sent me a discount code, and now I've ordered like 4 or 5 more times, and they're on it every time. So I respect that. Like, everybody's gonna have a mistake. It happens. I run a business, and I mess up on some shipping and stuff sometimes too. But it's how you show that person that you care. That's dope. So I always rock with Roughneck, man. I appreciate them for real.
Customer service is everything, and with the Rejuvenator and Roughneck, they always ask me, is everything good? And I feel like I don't do enough for them, to be honest. You know, but everything is gravy. I love both of them, and that's why you see them on my page a lot. It's because I truly appreciate them for allowing me to be a part of their family and trusting in me that I'm gonna be positive, bringing forth their name and their products.
That's what's up. Just to close out on the releases, it's a rack of NMDs. I'm not even going through all of them. If y'all deal with NMDs, you know, but it's I don't know.
It's like
maybe
13 pair coming out.
It's a crazy number of NMDs dropping between tomorrow and Saturday. So, you know, if you're on NMDs, salute, and we know that you'll be spending a lot of money in the next few days. I had a question for Jumpman. Oh, I know what I hope that I hope that you take this the right way, Jumpman. We were just talking about Rejuvenator. Can you tell me the name and the phone number of who I need to call so that they can send you to London? I'm really come on, man. That's the first time that's going out of the country, and man, you just need to be there, bro. That's just something about that that's just not right.
Well, I know they have other people, and it's an expensive trip, and you know, I understand. You know, I understand.
I'm gonna go on a fast, and I'm not gonna eat. No, I can't tell that lie. I'm not gonna. But man, okay. I've said my question.
It would be nice, but you know, I understand. You know, I mean, it's an expensive trip, and they have other people that do the grind work that are there in the shop and everything, and it's, you know, they got to take care of them first.
Okay, well, maybe I need to call Roughneck. I'm gonna call somebody. I'm gonna call
Roughneck always takes care of me. So it's always love with both of them. Actually, they've both taken care of me. In my mind, I need to see you standing in front of Buckingham Palace with the dude with the big long red furry hat and a can of Rejuvenator. I need to see that, man. Matter of fact, I need to take that picture. Yeah, that would be amazing.
I got a leftover piece of dessert. Leftover piece of dessert, Jumpman. What do you think about the wheat Jordan 1s that are rumored to be coming out later on this year?
I saw those. I saw the pictures of those on Instagram, and I think I want to get those. I like those.
I know Dabs ain't on them. I'm on them. I really do want those. OG, what you think?
I'm feeling them. Yeah, I'm feeling them.
You know, I'm kind of more on the same street with Dabs. I mean, I have done an incredible about face on ones because to me, ones are uncomfortable, like Chuck Taylor's Jumpman. I mean, just in terms of, you know, just the walk around, and I mean, it's just incredible to me that people actually used to play basketball in those shoes because it's almost like playing barefoot.
Well, that's like the Converse were.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back in the day,
you know, absolutely. The All-Stars.
But back then, that's all you knew.
True, very true, very true.
That's all you knew.
So, but when I did finally get a pair, I really like the look of them on feet and the fact that you can, you know, because let's face it, you know, not too many people are balling in 1 through 14. Those are really more kind of lifestyle shoes now. And so, you know, I went from saying I wasn't going to have any ones to being like, I don't know, maybe 10 deep now in ones. And I need to explore some other things. So I'm not a big fan of Timberlands. So to have some ones that look like Timberlands. I don't know if I see them in hand, I might change my mind, but I'm not. I think it also has those kind of laces that are kind of more like Timberlands and not traditional. Yeah, if I get them, I'm throwing them things away. I had to do something else. I can't.
Well,
can't do.
You
those
know what
laces.
you're gonna do? You're gonna go to Sneakerhead's clothing line and get some leather laces.
Well, you know, if I use my code OG Sneakers and get my 10% off on Sneakerhead's clothing line, yeah, maybe by then they will have a wheat. Jason, are you listening? A wheat colored leather sneaker lace for the ones. I might consider that.
I've seen your lace swaps from there. I've done a few myself. They definitely look dope with that leather in there.
Man, it's just something about leather laces in those ones that just take them to another level, man. I really like that.
I have a question for anybody in the chat. If can they type in answers?
Yes,
sir. We can read them.
Okay, this is my question. I'm sure Original Roughneck will back me on this. It'd be a giveaway. They can just hit you guys with the size that they want, and Original Roughneck send them out of shirts. But they got to get this question right. What numbered shoe do I have the most of in my collection?
Wow.
All right, y'all. First person with the answer. Okay, Jedi just posted it, and you know there's a little lag, so we'll wait.
I got a quick question.
Says Jordan 1s.
That's correct.
Woo,
That's crazy, isn't it? Out of all of them, but that's the one that's been produced the most.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for including something in the giveaway, man. The guest comes in and does a giveaway.
Yeah, that's how.
Dad, you had a question?
Yeah, just a little bit more on the dessert tip. I know that you love the 8s, and the Cool Gray 8s are looking to come out. I love the way they look so far. Them bad boys, I like the Aqua 8s are my favorite 8, but these Gray 8s look like they take the crown, man. They look really nice. What you think about them?
2 pair.
2 pair. That's dope.
Now that'll be my second one that I had 2 of them. And that shoe looks so amazing. Yes, definitely on that one.
I'm hoping that suede is just on point, but even if the color scheme looks really nice.
Yes, I need 2 of those. Yep.
This is kind of leftover from. This was kind of leftover from earlier. We asked about pickups, and I completely forgot about a pickup because I put this on ice and I put it so far away. You just mentioned this, Daz, and made me think of this. The pickup that I got, you mentioned suede.
Oh, and and that's a shoe I don't have.
And that's the one I need to.
13.
It was a random.
I need a size 13 because those run big, right?
Yeah, they do. So this is actually 12 and a half, and it's perfect.
Yeah,
it's perfect. I used to get a 13 too. It was a random restock on the sneakers app, and I got it. It's usually what happens is before we do the show on Wednesday, I always find a little re-up, and I got the re-up, and I hit it, and I was like, we'll just shoot my shot, and I got the confirmation immediately.
Yeah,
so like, that's the one.
I need that. I slept so hard on that. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, since Jumpman opened up the chat with a giveaway, in the last few minutes that we have, let's just jump in the chat. If you guys have any questions for Jumpman, I know there were some that I saw earlier. I don't think I can scroll back to them. So if you have a question in the chat, chirp out, and we'll try to get we'll try to see if we can get an answer. But while we're waiting for that, guys, anybody else have anything else for Jumpman?
Well, I just got a quick thing about the giveaways that we did do today. I think it would be wise for us to just maybe make one central email to where they can, email us, and then we can just go ahead and get the addresses out to one another on the back end. I know Jermaine Manning won, and 804 King of Phones won. So is that something that we want to do? Just have it to where they go to one central email, or? Sure,
that's fine. They can, since I'm hosting this month, you can just send your information to ogsneakers@gmail. That's ogsneekerz @gmail.com. Just send your information, and we will get your gift cards out to you.
There it is.
And that's for all of our winners.
Say Boogie, Buckeye City Soul, and Jermaine Manning. And Buckeye City won that one for the Roughneck. So
Well, Buckeye, he has my number. He can just screenshot the picture of whatever shirt he wants, and I'll take care of his.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll take care of his.
Jumpman Kicks Next Door asks, how did the relationship partnership with Mr. Allen's come about?
Wow, that's another dope question. Well, out of my 1,009 shoes, I bought over 600 pair from Mr. Allen's.
Wow.
So it was about time he called you.
Well, what happened was they had always been wanting to work with me, but it just wasn't ever the right time. You know how things just wasn't the right time.
Sure.
And then they started to revamp and reorganize and get on this new tip that they're on. And now I'm able to do the early sneaker review called Soul Talk with Jumpman Bostic, which that's an outstanding name. I really love that. And they give me a chance to talk about shoes and show the shoes on Instagram and on my Facebook page, but on their Instagram live page every Wednesday, depending on if it's a shoe that they want to showcase. So we started working together with them, and it's been a blessing to be able to do that, especially from a place where I bought over 600 pair of shoes from that's in my collection.
That's dope.
A-Town Legend says, when are you coming to the ATL?
Well, I believe SneakerCon is going there this year. So I missed last year, but I'm not going to miss the A-Town this year. So whenever the next event is, I'll be there.
So are we getting a Detroit SneakerCon this year, Jumpman?
They're still talking about it. It hasn't been confirmed with Allen yet from SneakerCon. They said that they liked the turnout that they had here a couple years ago. So hopefully, I had a fingers crossed for the city that they'll come back.
I hope it does. That'd be a nice trip. That'd be a nice close trip for me. It won't be too bad going up there.
Man, I can show you guys around, man. We'd be big fun here.
Just tell them don't wait till October.
Right. We want it to be warm.
No doubt.
No later than September.
There you go.
I got a question.
It might snow.
I got a question, Jumpman. Did you go to Columbus a couple weeks ago? Was it 2 or 3 weeks ago?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't there.
Gotcha. Because I went up there and I was like, man, I wonder if Jumpman Bostic. I was looking, and then like I said, I was guessing. I didn't know if you had maybe came later on because we came up there when they first was open. So
yeah, no, we had the podcast that night.
Gotcha.
But Nara was there.
Yeah, Nara was there. I did meet them and seen some of the shoe cleaner. Is that what they have?
Yeah, they have a multi-purpose cleaner, which is like for fabric, shoes, everything.
It's
so
dope. Dope.
That's my guy. Marlon is a good guy.
So
he actually
sorry.
restored these for me, and these were the Chicago's, and I actually had these before Jordan Brand came out with those Bulls over Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they stole that from me once they saw it.
Yeah.
but Marlon actually, he touched them up for me and brought them back to life for me. So.
Hey man, please tell him that I'm still waiting on the return phone call about my black cement 3s.
Okay, I'll hit him up. I'll hit him up tomorrow, OG.
I mean, we didn't get a chance to talk when he was in Cleveland because he was doing the walk around with the mic and everything. But I mean, I definitely, wanted to get at him about that.
Okay, he was doing the word on the street with Marlon.
Yes,
huh?
exactly. He's a busy man, so I get that. But at some point, I do want to get those taken care of.
And that's a blessing too. I want to mention the Sneaker Box podcast.
Please do.
It's a blessing to be a part of that. I know I was a part of it at first. It started in my basement. Some things went down. Caesar and I had it out. But the reality is when two people can come together and squash their differences as grown men, that's growth. There were people that wanted us to stay at odds, and that didn't happen. So it's a shout out that we both swallowed some pride and worked a really minute problem out, and now the show is definitely doing some big things.
It's better than ever.
So, and then we love to support other groups, other podcasts. There's a particular podcast that wants to constantly take shots at us, and they're not worth mentioning. But we don't have any hate towards anybody. I just want to put that out there.
Well, and I'll just, we've said this, and I've had an opportunity to talk with, African Caesar, and, the relationship that we're building, between Soul Food and the Monday Mid Soul and the Sneaker Box podcast is just dope, man. It is rare, and I said this when I had a chance to talk with Caesar in person, just in so many communities, it's rare that you have a situation where you don't have the crabs in the barrel, thing where, people are trying to pull each other down or take shots or anything like that. And the fact that you guys would reach out and, be willing to shine your light, on other folks that are out there, just trying to do quality things, is a testament, to what you're doing, man. And again, to me, it only makes you guys shine brighter, and we really do appreciate that. 100% on this end for sure.
Definitely, it's much love and support. It's enough room out here for everybody, and it's time for people to start doing more, working together instead of breaking down. It's enough breaking down of relationships and friendships and everything throughout this world. And stuff with sneakers to be bringing people together.
Absolutely. Well, I remember, when I was first starting to watch the YouTube, you were one of the first guys I came across, and then the podcast as well. And, to really be, now really honestly have an opportunity to sit down and talk with you, and the other conversations that we've had, man, I just count it as a blessing, and it's, really special, man. And, we all appreciate you taking this time out, man, to spend with us, especially with all that you have going on. Man, just mad respect and nothing but love from you on this end. And just know that anytime you want to watch through this way, bro, and I hope I'm not out of line for saying you always welcome, got a seat at the table.
Appreciate it. I'll definitely come back and visit, and a major shout out to you as well. I remember when you reached out to me and you was like, you didn't think I was going to respond because other people you reached out to like shot you a blind mask. I like to respond to everybody, and your question really hit me as like being an older person like myself, and that's how, we connected and we saw each other at SneakerCon in New York. It's like we grew up together.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's how I feel connecting with all three of you now. I mean, I'm just meeting the other two, but it's like we had this conversation. It's like we are on this same wavelength, and you never know that unless you sit and talk with people and are open to talk with people.
No doubt. Jedi Dabs, parting shots, thoughts.
Well, for me, man, like I said, this has just been a great honor. To sit with somebody that I feel that is one of the last and maybe only on a handful of people that truly do this not because of a popularity contest, or not doing it for views, subscribers, or sneaker relationships with companies. They're doing it just because of the love of the culture. I'm happy to have had this opportunity to speak with you, Jumpman, and at times I was just at a loss for words because we're having this conversation. At times when I watch YouTube, I don't get the feeling that there's barely anybody out there with this disposition but you, and I'm still looking for it. As far as other people that love this, completely love it, and there are some. But it's very few and far between. So nice having this conversation with you, man. It just definitely made me appreciate the culture that much more.
Same here. And your question, I swear, was a question I had never been asked before, and it really made me think. And I appreciate that.
That's what's up.
Jedi.
Hey man, it's what can I say that hasn't been said, man? This has been amazing. And if I could pull back the curtain a little bit, what y'all don't know is that the technical difficulties we have for getting the show started, we actually got to talk to Jumpman for about 5 minutes before the show went live.
Yeah,
And that's for damn for myself.
Cause I'm slow with computer stuff.
Hey man, I'm gonna blame the computer. I'm not gonna blame the great one.
No,
but,
it was me, man. I ain't gonna lie, boy.
To be able to slide in and have this conversation and be like, we talking just like you said to the family we grew up with, man. This has been amazing. Like this whole journey for being part of the show to now being able to speak to one of the GOATs, man. This is dope. This is dope. To get an invitation to come down to the basement of the Jays, man. Let me go ahead and get this plane ticket together because that's dope.
Hey.
I would love to be able to do the show from there, man.
And where I live, the planes fly over my house to land. I'm like 3 minutes from the airport, no lie. So I mean, it's you totally welcome. Just let me know, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, Jedi, don't just show up tomorrow.
I mean, I'm packing the shit. I'm out.
He was just leaving on the plane. I was out. He's gonna be there tomorrow morning.
I already got my bags packed. But it's been amazing, man. We appreciate you for stopping in and rocking with us. The chat. I know that we didn't get to ask a lot of the live questions. We had a lot of questions on our last episode that came through, so we had to, do what we had to do because those people participated. But the chat's been live all night. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know, man. This is dope.
We can do a part 2 one day. Just let me know. Another day we can do a part 2.
Hey, you let us know today.
We would definitely make that happen. But that clock on the wall is ticking us down, so we're gonna do our sign outs. But Jumpman, after we sign off and shut down, don't hang up just yet. Give us a couple minutes afterwards.
Okay.
But I'm gonna let Beard, either you or Dabs have the final word today. But I'm just gonna sign out. Like I always do. Family, it is your boy OG Sneakers, and I am totally excited because me get to talk to the Jumpman today, the greatest sneaker person of all time, in my opinion. But we're gonna holler at you next time, and as always, we wishing all you total sneaker family one love.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Hey, I'm gonna sign out like usual. It's your man, Be a Jedi, aka Shupar Shakur, aka the Boss Kick Ross, aka Kick Flair, aka the Black Alex P. Keaton, aka Jack Swagless. I want to say props to my brother and sister who are actually watching the show. My brother and sister-in-law came through to watch the show. So if y'all out there in the audience, y'all get to see me clowning this way too. I appreciate and love y'all, just like the rest of the family in the chat.
Yes, sir. And I see you with that in the back.
Oh yeah, always. Oh,
right
not only that, but we went ahead and
I used to have one of those.
Me too.
Hey, Jumpman, it's funny you said that because I was telling the cats on the episode that I used to cut my hair off like every year. I would cut into a different style. And one of my boys said, when you get to be my age, cutting your hair off is a sign of disrespect. What's up? I just let it go.
So Sneak Mill, you get the last word, baby.
Hey, my last word, once again, check out V's Kicks. That's it. I'm not pushing myself. Check out V's Kicks. Check out what she's doing over there. Dope collection video. That's it.
Cool.
That's it, man. We out, y'all. Peace.
Peace out.